Without a doubt, baby, we want you to be purposeful on loving yourself today. No one can love you more than you. You with you every second. So you have to make great decisions for your life. So no one can love you more than you because you with you every day. And you got to act like you love yourself because you won't abuse yourself. Sometimes we abuse ourselves and we want to blame others. I know we all dealing with some type of trauma. And if you're black, you're dealing with post-traumatic slave disorder. That's what we're dealing with now. We really haven't been, um, I guess, rehabilitated after so-called slavery, the transition out of slavery. We just continue to work. The celebration of Juneteenth is because some of us were still in slavery. It didn't tell us. So we haven't sat down and really had a nationwide, just amongst our people, on how we heal ourselves, out of so much trauma. And the trauma is institutionalized. It's in the laws now. So it's not, it's systems. And I know we want to blame people, but it's the systems that have been set up centuries ago, decades ago. We really need to focus on the politics of changing legislation, implementing new legislation, statutes. We got to be smart. Um, the protesting days are over. We got to collectively come together and use our intelligence. We have so many retired teachers. We got so many retired lawyers. You guys need to develop a coalition and come together and see how we can tackle some of these laws, come up with some new legislation, and go back to the days of Thurgood Marshall. We got so much intelligent wealth in our community, and they retired. There should be a council of elders that look over the so-called village. We need to get back to our traditional values, our ways of doing business with each other. We got to really work on trust, love, loyalty, respect, pride. I was talking to my brother yesterday. We always often have debates. So on this Love Yourself Thursday, we are a research radio station for those that are just turning it down and you're hearing, oh yeah, this bass voice. Our goal is to modify our behavior so we're better individuals, better citizens, and better family members. What's wrong with being a little bit better? So on this Thursday, we call it Love Yourself Thursday because you cannot love anyone else unless you love yourself. I've been asking all the preachers, the ministers, the rabbis, the reverends, the imams. I've been asking all the so-called top three religions, the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians. I asked them, what should the sheep be doing during these days of war, of war, of war? And they don't have an answer because they driving their big cars. They got their big houses and they got their big bellies. So all you got is revenue hope, the only hope you got. So I'm telling you the answer because I work for God for real. even though I'm 86% saved today, because I might be around 87, 88, because the sinner in myself, oh yeah, we behave like black men should behave. And so on this Love Yourself Thursday, man, be purposeful. Woman, be purposeful on loving yourself today. I don't care if it's taking a long drive, smoking your cigar, hanging out with your companions, chilling with your grandchildren. I already started loving myself today because my grandchildren, they was kicking with me all last night, and then we woke up this morning. We kicked it some more. See that I already got my love already. Be purposeful on doing and what demonstrate that you love yourself. I love hanging out with my grandkids. That's what I love doing because they love mini me's. Yeah, they love mini me's. So make sure you guys get your love today. Whatever it is, taking that long drive, get some sleep. I don't know what it is. You know what you love to do. Make sure it's positive though. And then also, it's in context, because you can expect other people not to love you. Expect them to rob, cheat, lie, steal. Expect them to try to rape and kill you. This is America, man. This is the world that we live in. You got to expect it. So that means you got to be truthful to yourself and not put yourself in situations where it can affect your life and affect others, because others depend on you. If you're a boss listener, you are VIP. That means you are a very important person to somebody, and they expect to see you later today or tomorrow. They say that God give us free will. There's been some people that's been testing that. We do have choice. Now, I do wonder if we are in an experiment, but we do have choice, and our choices bring longevity to our life. Similar to how a woman raised her family by what she cooks and what she nurtures and what she teaches. It creates the longevity of her family, the lifehood of her family. That's why Minister Farrakhan teaches that we cannot raise no higher than a woman. That's why every Wednesday we recognize women, because they go through so many abuses that they don't even tell their own families. We are a conscious radio station. Oh yeah, we're gonna get in your mind to make you think on how you can improve oneself, because we're all different, but we have to challenge each other because we're neighbors. This is how I grew up. I'm not gonna change because some of y'all are soft, or some of y'all are hard, or some of y'all are extreme. We learn from each other. 752, y'all. Again, we call this day Love Yourself Thursday. Be purposeful in loving yourself without a doubt, so we can love others. So, revenue hope, the only hope you got. Like I said, I've been talking to all the ministers, all the denomination, and all they're doing is talking, buying cars, buying houses, and eating. They all went home during the pandemic. Reverend Newholt was open. Reverend Newholt was here talking to you. But everybody else had to go home. I don't know what kind of God they represent. See, I work for a strong God. I don't care if it's in the midst of disease. What you gonna do, disease? So the only way, if you can hear my voice, the only way we're gonna be saved is through love. It's through love, y'all. We gotta start demonstrating love. That's how we're gonna be saved. We can't be no more hypocrites. Do this over here and our kids see us do this over there. We can't be a hypocrite. Back up what you say by your actions, not by what your words are. I don't go by people's words. I go by their actions. People lie all day, every day, and tomorrow. That's why I say love yourself, because you got to expect people to lie, cheat, rob, steal, rape, kill. I'm a former probation officer. I read their police reports. I read their court files. They talking about snitching. They snitch on themselves because it's called levels of cooperation. Depends on how many years you want to serve. It's called levels of cooperation. That's why you have the appeal system, because it's levels of cooperation. And if you want to check out any one court file, you can go down to downtown, down to the civics, down to the courthouse, talk to the county clerk. All you need is a person, social security number, their name. You can go down there and type their name in there. It's public record. If someone has done a crime or even got a parking ticket, it's public record. Women, if you got men trying to holler at you, you can go down to the courthouse, go to the clerk of the court. You can type their name in and see if they are pedophiles or see if they molesters before you develop a relationship with them or you bring them around your children. So we got to start loving ourselves. We can't expect people uh, to tell the truth to you. Sometimes you got to trust but verify. You can trust but verify. What's wrong with verifying? You protecting yourself, you loving yourself. And men, we got to start mending relationship because we got other men around your children and they molesting your children. And you think that's okay. You think it's okay for another man to molest your child because you're not around. You're not around to protect your daughters or your son. See, on this Love Yourself Thursday, we talk about the realness of our community because I witnessed a young black 24-year-old woman try to commit suicide. She can't deal with the world no more. We we loved each other when I grew up in Hilltop Projects. We knew that we was all in the same boat. We shared. We didn't talk about nobody behind each other back because we all knew we could be in that same position later today or tomorrow. You capitalists. You are followers of iniquity. You follow the devil. And so you are selfish. You think about yourself. You don't think about your neighbor. I keep telling you, capitalism, socialism, communism, them are terrible systems because you have a system of those that have and those that have not. The best system is mutualism. The best system is mutualism, and I can prove it. Bring your scholars in here. They can't compete with me. I'm too educated. I studied too many ologies, and I brag off my education because my mama picked cotton for y'all for free. Bring your scholars in here. I will prove my system is better than theirs. Mutualism is the best system. It's a system where I need you and you need me. You know that I need you to survive, and I know I need you to survive. Mutualism is the best system. You capitalists, you selfish people, you hoard information and products and services for other people. You cheat and rob and steal because you don't have no ethics. So you need a contract because you know you're going to rob, steal, and cheat. But We the people, we have the opportunity to change this. That's why they created the Constitution, and that's why we're gonna lean on it. Oh yeah, we're gonna lean on it. We want to judge people as 100% bad, but look at some of the good that some of our former presidents created, some of our legislators created in the 1700s. Even though they were slave owners, they still develop and we develop a system of, at least it can work towards fairness. At least it can work towards change. I had a conversation with a rabbi, and the conversation surprised me because the rabbi was okay that the Jews are killing Palestinians. And me being a former slave and knowing that um, hundreds of millions of my ancestors have been killed, I asked the rabbi, why aren't you the torchbearer of not killing? Because you always talk about your 6 million that was killed. You should be the torchbearers of not killing. But yet they do the opposite. Yet they do the same as the Christians and the Muslims. They create weapons of mass destruction. And then they're gonna recruit your children. They're gonna recruit your boys and your girls to the military to fight over some type of crusade over oil or over, I don't know what they fighting over. They can't even grow grass in Israel. Everything I see ain't no grass over there. It's barely some trees over there. But they give hundreds of billions of dollars to fight war, and they don't give. It's hard for Americans to get any money to improve their own life. We're not trying to commit no war. The American people, we're trying to take care of our family, but they're giving billions of dollars to other countries to kill. We can't get any money to our people in America to heal. So Democrats, Republicans, y'all gotta, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, man, we gotta come together. Our new immigrants that have been citizenized, we need to come together and start voting and participate in the process. I go to Washington D.C. Washington D.C. is controlled by lobbyists. They getting paid. They're doing the white envelope like this all day long, man. Are y'all listening? Now I do say all politics. All now I have said all politicians are criminal. They crooks. Maybe some might. Maybe some. We got a few ain't. So I'm not gonna put everybody in the basket. We still have some ethical politicians. We need to follow those ethical politicians, the ones that really demonstrate that they are passing legislation for the people versus lobbyists and private interest groups. I go to DC, man. You think because I grew up in a project, because I got ashy elbows and ashy knees, that we'll have no intelligence over here? And sometimes our own people diminish our skill set, our reach, our pull, our clout. Y'all call it bragging. No, I call it acknowledging that I've manifested my God given talents. Don't get mad at me because I'm talking about manifesting your God given talents. And we want you to talk about it. We want to acknowledge you also for manifesting your God given talents. I used to love watching, when I was in college, watching Martise Ivy. I'm at Midland Lutheran College in Fremont, Nebraska, but Martise Ivy down at UNL, and seeing her on TV doing what she did in our community, killing them, being a beautiful woman with integrity. I was clapping. I love watching her play. We actually loved our neighbors and supported our neighbors. And like we got two young men that's starting right now. One for Alabama, one from Wake Forest, Hunter and Ricel. Making Omaha proud. They always talk about the negativity, but they don't talk about all the positivity that comes from this community. I keep telling you, greatness comes from here. Greatness comes from here. So on this Love Yourself Thursday, man, be great today. Love yourself to the max. So we have the opportunity to love each other. All right. So that's the comedy denominator. I've been asking God since I've been getting let down by all the other religions on the world. You heard it here from Reverend New Hope. The only hope you got, the only way we're going to get out of this is with love. Of course, we got to agitate. You got to agitate to cook. You got to agitate to do anything in this world. Even God agitate by the rain hitting the earth, and the water soaks in through the soil, and we grow what we're blessed with. It takes agitation. So it's going to be up to us as a people. My man Andre said, America, shouts out to Red Hot Barbershop. They actually play us, in their business. So I appreciate Red Hot Barbershop over on 62nd and Ames. My man Andre, America has been fighting to set up our democracy over into those other countries. We're trying to set up our own city councils, mayors, and governors in those countries because of evil tyrants that run them. But the people are fighting back against us because they have contempt. People who can run their own, they have competent people who can run their own countries and are fighting back and won't control their own countries. We're trying to take over the world, and some might say we're overstepping boundaries along with us wanting to go over and take their resources. So true. America, we got bases still in Iraq. Trump was actually closing bases. I know y'all like Trump, but I like Trump, and I like President Obama too. I like both of them, and those are two most hated presidents. But we can't fight everybody. We can't continue to supply weapons to either side. We America should be, oh man, the examples of what we're talking about: peace, liberty. We got to start living by what we preach over here, man. And then once people start speaking out, they want to kill you. But man, we from the land of Malcolm X. By any means necessary, death is inevitable. So somebody got to speak up, because the next generation, what they gonna do? They're gonna fight the same struggles that we fighting. We're gonna fight the same struggle over and over. Each generation, no, not mine. Not while I'm alive. While God gave me time on earth, I'm gonna make a difference over here. So I'm appealing to all people, man. We cannot continue to let those that control the media, that control the messaging, to continue to put messaging out here that's conquering, that's separating, and dividing us. We're not trying to push stuff on you. We just want to do business. But systems are set up to keep us down, man. We're tired of it also. Countries all around the world are tired of America. We can't be the biggest bullies on earth. when this country was developed because it was getting bullied. Now I know we're a great country because and I know that we listen to each other because Columbus Day now is Indigenous Day. Columbus didn't discover nothing. He was a tyrant. He was a thief. He was a killer. I know your history, Columbus. You wrote about it your own self. We're going by your own words. So here, at least America, I know we still got some stuff to work on, but at least we have listened to our natives and transition. Now Columbus ain't discovered nothing. It's Indigenous Day. We're gonna recognize those that were here. So on one side of America, you're improving, but on this other side of America, you're still giving weapons so people can kill each other. You're still giving funding to countries so they can kill their neighbors. You can't hang out with God and the devil at the same time. I guess you can't hang out with God and the devil at the same time. I guess you can't. But you gotta choose what side you're gonna be on. You gotta choose what side you're gonna be on, y'all. But we gotta step our game up. We cannot let others continue to control our destinies. We're not no more slaves. Get out of this, black people, brown people. We're no more longer slaves. Vote, participate in the process. If you don't vote, if you don't register to vote, how can you be a juror? How can you participate in a criminal process? How can you just in case a brother or a sister is framed, or someone's poor is framed, or put in a situation where you think maybe we should look at the evidence different? But if you're not on the jury, you can't even critique that. We got brothers. We got It's look at the insaneness of this. Look at the insaneness of this. Brothers know that they getting put in jail. I don't know, 10 times more than everybody on earth. Brother, we know this, but yet we won't save each other by just registering to vote. Just by registering to vote. See, if you just register to vote, I'm gonna tell you the process, man, because I do this. I'm a former probation officer. I've been in courtroom for 8 years straight. I've been in front of thousands of proceedings. So when you register to vote, now you are part of the jury selection process. You automatically qualify to participate in juries. And you know that our brothers are sometimes put in a situation where they make bad decisions, or sometimes they didn't make this decision that wrong, and they get framed up. This the way it is for if you're a black man. This is my truth. I know it for a fact. So we know that we can put in jail at the maximum, but yet we won't register to vote, so we can go down there and participate in juries. And so if a black man or a black woman comes into court and you're one of the 12 jurors, that one juror have power over the other 11. That one juror have power over the other 11, mainly because it takes has to be a united decision as a juror. Everybody had to say they're guilty in order for that person to be found guilty. If it's one person that dissent or votes not guilty, or they should be acquitted, then usually that's a hung trial, or the cases had to be dismissed, charges had to be dismissed. So it's beneficial for that defendant, especially if the 12 jurors hear the evidence. We're not trying to make it a crooked system. We just want you to participate in the system. And then now y'all blame white folks because The brother went to jail. Well, you went on the jury. You had the opportunity to be on the jury. And if you felt that he was innocent, you should be on the juror. And then you can implement your power of one vote. So voting does matter. I'm tired of y'all Negroes saying that voting don't matter. When it does matter, it just takes one juror to stop 11 jurors from putting someone in jail. Your vote does matter, Negro. So I challenge any of y'all Negroes that said that y'all don't vote, and the reason why y'all don't vote, and you're allowing your brothers and sisters to go to jail because you won't go down there and serve on a juror so you can hear the evidence and stand up if the evidence does not make common sense. So we can do a lot for ourselves, but we want to sit back and blame the white man. The white man is not our problem. We are problem now. We are a problem. We can come together and craft legislation to go after some of these institutional type laws. These current people didn't make these laws. Your current brothers and sisters didn't make these laws. We want to blame these current people, but they didn't make the laws. These laws were made decades ago, centuries ago. Thurgood Marshall went around the country changing law. I don't know what's up with the NAACP. Don't they do something now? I don't hear nothing that they do. They don't have a lawyer that's focusing on legislation. What are we doing nationally as an urban league? What are we doing? All we're doing is giving out dinners, man. All we're doing is dinners. We're tired of dinners. We got children going to jail. They're projecting our ninth graders, half of them are not going to graduate. And you know what? They just opened it up 3 juvenile detentions. Oh, yeah. They got 3 juvenile prisons here in Omaha. 3 of them. Yeah, that's what they're doing. And they build another prison. Yes, that's what they're doing. See, over here, man, we smart over here. And I know what happened mathematically when someone does not get an education, then they have more despair in their life. They have less opportunities in their life. So they're going to make worse decisions in their life. They're going to end up in jail, prison, dead. They're going to end up killing your kinfolk. That's what's going to happen, rich folk. You think you're safe, you're not going to be safe. If someone's hungry, you're not safe. Rich people in your whatever kind of house you got, whatever kind of security you got. Do you watch The Purge? Have you watched The Purge? This is real life, man. If someone's out here hungry, you are in danger. This is America, man. People are not going to continue to eat out of garbage cans. If someone is hungry, you are in danger. No one should be hungry. We didn't allow no one in our community in Hilltop Projects to go hungry. I didn't even know that we was even poor. That's how our system of neighborly love was. Of course, we had the cheese line. Of course, we had the cheese line, man. But we cannot continue to suffer in silence. Our word is bond. We need to get away from the contract because the contract demonstrates that you don't trust each other. But I know we got to do it because we don't trust each other. Here at 95.7 The Boss, man, we do things different over here. Our goal, again, is to modify our behavior. Only way to modify behavior, we got to talk about tough conversations. Somebody got to work for God. Somebody got to work for God. Somebody for real got to work for God. And you can't be no sucker ducker, no chump. So my goal as Reverend Renew Hope, yeah, we're gonna weed out all y'all antichrist. Yeah, we're gonna weed y'all out. Keep y'all running. Let that Negro preacher run out, said, oh, got mad at the governor. He said, "What we people doing?" Yeah, what are we people doing? That's a legitimate question. Y'all Negroes too sensitive to what somebody said. What we people doing? Yeah, what we people doing? So now we got on this Love Yourself Thursday. Y'all celebrate Halloween. I think I got a guess. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Right now.
I was just like, why you say that? He was like, dude, he was like, man, you a world champion. He was like, trust me. He understood that if we gotta go over there and get that title, that's what we gotta do. Yes, sir. Respect me or get your head bust, that's for stars. I done made a band or two, bustin' down a guard. Bustin' down these beats, bout to bust down the Chapar. Bustin' down these beats, pullin' strings, no guitar. 100 blues on me in one pocket, that shit light. Up top in the box, betting on Bud at the fight. Gotta get like 10 or more and I'm knocking down the price. Lil' bro flip me over, cut him off, dim this light. Shit, 10. I ain't have grit to bust down. Plug good, you know, look past. We up now. All gold, presidential pieces got them bust down. Told me I was gonna run out of steam. So what's up now? I know I'm not the trust clown. Snares in the huddle, never touchdown. It's time to get the out. They ain't hungry. And they don't want it. They wanna be rich. Put everybody stuck in the moment. I'm just playing for keeps. You run up on me, you should go on it. Nah, man, but them cold nights on the block, we call them moment. I'm like that. It's not just a persona. Now I can look in your eyes and I can tell that you don't want it. Respect me or get your head bust, that's for stars. I done made a band or two, bustin' down a car. Bustin' down these beats, bout to bust down the Chapar. Bustin' down these beats, pullin' strings, no guitar. 100 blues on me in one pocket, that shit light. Up top in the box, betting on Bud at the fight. Gotta get like 10 or more and I'm knocking down the price. Lil' bro flip me over, cut him off, dim this lights. Getting it, initiating this money front and back end. Codeine make me nod off, only time I get naps in. Curb check the 40s, bit the rims in these potholes. Baby Drake, we got those, Americans and Russians. Baby girl was blushing when she found how much I'm touching. Interrogation room, I told him people, I know nothing. Turn myself into a plug, continuously kept pumping. He say he don't dodge, then let's see when I start dumping. Where I'm from, you touch 100, that must mean something. That must mean you grit. Run like trick. But it caught the whole 30 thinking it's a sweet lick. Baby love this big VIP, we lit. Respect me or get your head bust, that's for stars. I done made a band or two, bustin' down a car. Bustin' down these beats, bout to bust down the Chapar. Bustin' down these beats, pullin' strings, no guitar. 100 blues on me in one pocket, that shit light. Up top in the box, betting on Bud at the fight. Gotta get like 10 or more and I'm knocking down the price. Lil' bro flip me over, cut him off, dim this lights. I was just like, why you say that? He was like, dude, he was like, man, you a world champion.
Yes, I remember story. When I seen him first, it was a city friend.
Okay.
And
all this while on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you make it move, but you ain't move how I get it. White gold and blue diamond set the mood on how I do it. Put the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. All this while on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you make it move, but you ain't move how I did it. White gold and blue diamond set the mood on how I do it. Put the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. I'm colder than the blizzard and 3 buckets of ice new. Running through the late night, I'm up with the night critters. Kowalski and D-Boy got a legion of night spitters. Escobar the godson, I'm passion of Christ now. His ex talking money, best be talking the right figures. I came to stand on business, I ain't shooting no dice with you. Hit you with the 3D divine, get the table. I'm standing on the marionette like King Mabel. Turn the bill, disconnected like cable. All my BOS and we connected to the navel. These hoes flipping fairy telling, telling fable. Power from this move, like Chad Gable. All this guala on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you making move, but you ain't move how I get it. White gold and blue diamond set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. All this guala on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you making move, but you ain't move how I did it. White gold and blue diamond set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. 2023, they gon' crown me the GOAT. They lost sight of on the news that was giving them hope. Yeah, the blicky get this black and think it's a joke. And I ain't with these that be strung on the man, I curve stump a fiend for running off of the dope. Lil' better show the same respect as the Pope. Man, these niggas love jail, they like dropping the soap. Them catch your feet in the noose to hang yourself by the rope. All this guala on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you making move, but you ain't move how I get it. White gold and blue diamond set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. All this guala on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you making move, but you ain't move how I did it. White gold and blue diamond set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it.
That is not the graduate. That's unacceptable.
But, you know, we got to be careful. I'll tell you what, when I was OPS, I carried more
I'm a boss, only making boss moves. Living single, that's what it cost you. Giving sweetie vibes, she a real pretty. Did 10 toes when I'm on my own click. I'm a boss, only making boss moves. Living single, that's what it cost you. Giving sweetie vibes, she a real pretty. Stand 10 toes when I'm on my own clip. What you know? Excuse me, what you knew? What it's do? Pretty like new. Brown skin girl, I be clowning for sure. Still real classy, buy me diamonds and pearls. He was on the bus, so I put him in the back of me. Damsel in distress, like what a catastrophe. He was on the left, had him fighting like a knight. Put him in the ring just to see if he can fight. Living single, living single. What he know, cause baby, I'm on my own. Set him, living single. Let me know when you're down to mingle. We can see how far this go. Let me keep you on your toes. I'm a boss, only making boss moves. Living single, that's what it cost you. Giving sweetie vibes, she a real pretty. Stand 10 toes when I'm on my own clip. What you know? It's you what you knew. What it's do? Pretty like new. Brown skin girl, I be clowning for sure. Still real classy, buy me diamonds and pearls. If you don't speak to me, don't speak about me. I be on my cocky. Who's the biggest of them all? I make all my shots, guess I know how to all. Knowing you can't top this. Itty bitty piggy, and I took them to the market. Put them on sale, cause you know I love shopping. You know you can't stop this. Vroom, vroom, hopped in the mud race. No, I ain't take K, I beat the case. Flexing on my ex, knowing he can't with me. Guess I hit a nerve, put it in reverse. Hit the U-turn, and you know I hit the curve. We aim at the body, only taking shots to the face. Run up that Doucet, you know my hands working great. The story, baby, IDK, what to say. On my way to glory, I can't say you today.
Oh yeah, I'm a part of OPS as well. Like the same time.
If you don't speak to me, don't speak about me. Never worry about you. That's just my confidence. Mirror on the wall. Who the fairest of them all? I'm a boss, only making boss moves. Living single, that's what it cost you. Giving sweetie vibes, she a real pretty. Stand 10 toes when I'm on my own clip. What you know? It's you what you knew. What it's new. Pretty like new. Brown skin girl, I be clowning for sure. Still real classy, buy me diamonds and pearls. Living single. Living single. Living single. Living single. what he know, what she know. I can only do my own thing. Do my own thing.
I'll tell you one more thing. There ought to be one school district. As I said, it's state law.
All right.
And
Hold on 1 second. Omaha, the Burbs of Bloods. We got our guests in the house. We'll get everything set up, y'all. I think that's you. Yeah, they good. Just like that. All you gotta do is talk. Okay. All right, Omaha. So we got actually an interesting gentleman here. He just walked in the building. I don't know. I just saw him on the street. I said, just come on in. You know, we actually love our neighbors around here. You know what I mean? And so he's actually a retired school teacher, and we just talking about education, but he actually came in for another reason. But he's one of our elders. But first, before we bring him on, I just want to just let you know we're going to talk about his business, but since he's an educator, we're going to talk about education too, and maybe talk about why some of these numbers are skewed the way they are. And so sometimes we need to hear the inside scoop. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Let my man get his camera all set up. What we going to go with? Yeah. Let's go with some motivation this morning. Boss with me.
Who is Timothy? That's fire.
It seems like the one that you help, he the one that stand you in the back though. But we out there trying to do something, man. We gotta feed our kids and, still be fly. Yeah. But no more Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah. That was an evil laugh, by the way. Now I'm feeling motivated. These haters got me aggravated. Don't come near me cause I'm agitated. I've been patient but I'm tired of waiting. Our Father in heaven, my God, protect me, Lord. So many late nights I cried, I swear life gets hard. This pain and these scars give me strength to overcome. My daddy, he told me, you better. I've been running up in my city, there no cap. How you call yourself a rapper, but you cannot rap? Ain't my fault, your keep my up out of mouth. I just made like 40 bands and sitting on the couch. You take it to my bed up, go be him on the couch. Celebrating like me, yeah, we standing on the couch. Don't ask me about no used to hang with, that's the past. If I wasn't being positive, I'll probably be so motivated. These haters got me aggravated. Don't come near me cause I'm agitated. I've been patient but I'm tired of waiting. On top, killing these MCs non-stop. Heartbreak kid and make sweet music, that don't make your chin drop. Won't flop. Okay, I'm the underdog with the dialogue to let you know that I am raw. Your words don't stick, no analog. Yup, coming up fresh in the game. He was timid at first, but then he became the shit. And now people chanting his name. All he gotta do is maintain. Yeah, but some days I feel like I'm under attack. Been wanting to quit, but I always come back. Cause this is something that I gotta have. If you hating on me, you can kiss my ass. Cause love to talk, but they are not in my league. Trying to catch up to me, I'm leaving these MCs fatigued. They trying to say we passing things up, that's not what it seems. It's ludicrous the way I'm always disturbing the peace. Yeah, I'm special, that's why I stay fighting devils. But when the dust settles, I'm still screaming settle. Yellow, it's me, Frosting the Rebel. 10, turn up the treble. Champions never die, put the pedal to the metal. I'm feeling motivated. These haters got me aggravated. said be grateful when you count your blessings. Dad said break their necks, said they disrespected. Used to be humble, now I'm living reckless. Back shots to your girl as she make me breakfast. How does it feel to be king of the hill? I grind so hard, need no gas station peel. Ducking on like I am Shaquille. Raise these little like I'm Uncle Phil. Outworking all these dudes at a 20/20 hindsight. Did them like Debo. This is my bite. Work the Nipsey, I ain't nothing like these rap. On my left foot, around a lap. Spitting hot bars, around and catch a damn boy. I'm the Franklin safe for and all these man boys. Move the block like Tetris on the Game Boy. You are not an op, use a damn boy. Now I'm feeling motivated. These haters got me aggravated. Don't come near me cause I'm agitated. I've been patient but I'm tired of waiting.
Who is sympathy? It's fire. It's fire. It's fire.
All right, Omaha, the Birds, the Bluffs. Welcome to the Boss Morning Show. We call this day Love Yourself Thursday. Oh, yeah, we want you to be purposeful on loving yourself. Remember, you with you every second of the day. You got to love yourself, baby, because people love you. They dependent on you. And so, and I've been asking God, what's the common denominator of raising our people? And it's love, y'all. It's love. The only way we're going to make it through this is love. And so we demonstrate, we put it in practice. Oh, yeah, we put it in practice. Like other people put evil in practice, we put love in practice. But we got to start with self. I already did what I do to love myself. I like hanging out with my grandkids. They was over. I hung out. I woke this morning. They was already up. And soon I come out, I said, Papa, I love that. I love my new name, man, for real. Papa. I love my new name. And so that's what I do to demonstrate I love myself. I hang around my family. So do what you do to love yourself so we can have the opportunity to love others. You see, the world is so much war, so much strife, and so much, oh yeah, backstabbing. Somebody got to work for God. Somebody can't be perpetrating a fraud. So here on this Love Yourself Thursday, oh yeah, our goal is to improve ourselves so we're better individuals, better family members, and better citizens. What's wrong with being a little bit better? What's wrong with being a little bit better? I got some gentlemen in the building, y'all. You know how these superstars are. They got their own noun, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates to introduce themselves. I'm going to let these brothers introduce themselves because, oh yeah, one is a teacher. So all he did was noun, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates. And the other one is an author. That's all he did with noun, adjective, president, run on citizens, and all that stuff. That's what these men do. They are wordsmiths. But one feeds us. Oh, yeah, he be popping stuff. Yeah. No, yeah, he be popping stuff. No, he'll be doing the drive-by, y'all. No, he'll be doing that kind of popping. He'll be doing the pop locking either. No, he don't dance pop. He pop popcorn. And so he's been around for many, many years. Everybody heard of Vicks. You know, it's been in the malls, you know, as we grew up as young lads. Yes, I was a young lad. I was a young lad one day in the past. I'm 58 now. But I remember growing up as a young lad and growing up and going to the Westroads and the Crossroads and Vicks is over there. And we can, Mama, I want the caramel and the cheese mixed together. See, I remember all that. See, now this man, I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, but first, my brother actually connected, and I want to hear their story because I have a older elder, and he's Caucasian, and they gave me my first computer when I first started my radio station. And he said he came with a story, and we still hang out. I'm gonna be going over his house on Sunday for dinner. He's dealing with cancer right now. And he said that we are atoms, and these two gentlemen are atoms, ATOMS. Oh yeah, atoms. He said sometimes atoms fly by at supersonic speed, but he said every once in a while two atoms hit and they collide and they create greatness, they create providence. And obviously, these two gentlemen, these two atoms have hit, and they have created providence. We want to see what they've created. I'm gonna let them talk about their collisions of being atoms of this universe and what they have created, the providence they have created for the next generation. Oh yeah, I'm hyping them up. Oh yeah, I'm hyping them up. Because we're not gonna because when you got wordsmiths around here, when you got the ones that take letters, form them into words, put them in sentences, draft them in paragraphs, and tell stories, you a bad man. Go ahead, introduce yourself. We're gonna get right into a dialogue. I'm gonna go turn the monitor off so we're not hearing double voices. Gentlemen, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then you go introduce your brother in God.
My name is M.I. Author and the executive director of Heartland News.
And I'm Vic Larson, and I was with the Omaha Public Schools for 33 years, retired 25 years ago. But my wife and I started Vic's Popcorn here in Omaha in 1980, just as a part-time little store, and it grew, and it's been a great retirement. And through that is how I met Maya. And it's kind of interesting story, but go ahead and you can tell us how that started out in Oakview Mall parking lot.
Yes. I'm into eating clean. I eat clean, but every month, once a month, I have a day that I drive out to Oakview Mall and get my buttered popcorn with extra salt. That's the only place I go is Oakview Mall, get the Vic's popcorn. I know I could get some microwave popcorn, put some butter on it and put salt on it, but it's not the same as the Vic's popcorn. So every month, once a month, I go out to Oakview Mall. So this particular day, I got my popcorn. I was getting back in the truck. In my car, and this red truck came up. The gentleman got out, and he said, so you're with the Heartland News? And I said, yes, sir. Have a popcorn in my hand. And he said, well, I like your paper. And he said, and I don't like what the government is trying to do, and I support your paper. And then I said, well, would you like a copy? He said, sure, I like a copy. I go to get him a copy, and I give it to him. And he talks some more, and then I introduced myself. My name is M.I. And he said, well, my name is Vic Larson. And in fact, I'm the owner of the popcorn you're eating there. That's how quiet I got. I was like, okay, well, because it shocked me. I wasn't expecting it.
Right.
He was so cool and calm and just came up like a normal person and just was talking to me, like people do, and get a paper and talk about the paper.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it was Vic's, and then we talked, and then next thing you know, I was down at the store and we're talking, and then we came up the idea, because a lot of people don't know it's a real Vic, and even the people I talked to, some of them used to work for him and been eating Vic's popcorn for a long time. And they say, well, I didn't know it was a real Vic. I said, yeah, it's a real Vic. I don't know. He's like 103, 110. I don't know how old he is, but it's a real Vic, So, so then we put together this cool little book, Vic the Popcorn Bag. Because I had a story about, because you got all these different types of bags, and being a writer, my mind just be all over the place sometimes. Mm-hmm. So you got all these different kind of bags: sleeping bags, mail bags, camping bags, doggy bags. We go on shopping bags.
Right.
So at first, think a story, a bunch of good bags and bad bags over here, and the Vic popcorn bag saved the day, but instead it's Vic the lonely popcorn bag, and he goes out in search to find a friend, another bag, a friend. And he runs into a lot of different bags that's discriminate against him because he's just a plain simple bag. And then he finally finds a bag of all places in trash bin, but it's two lessons in the book. Mm-hmm. Don't discriminate, and don't litter. Mm-hmm. Right. And it's a nice little rhyming book. Can I read a couple bags? Go ahead. I mean, a couple bags, a couple pages. And the illustrator, he's from India.
Yeah, looks good.
He did a real good job. Especially this one here about, because he runs into, I'm gonna just read some of it first, but this one about the punching bag with down at Terrence Crawford's gym. But it starts off, and what I did, I wanted to do something real slick, special. So every sentence throughout the whole book is 8 syllables, and that's why it rhymes so good. But it starts off, Vic was a lonely popcorn bag, blown around like a whirlwind, trying to find another bag so he can make himself a friend. He blew into a punching bag that looked tough punching in the wind. So he said to the punching bag, I bet you would make a tough friend. I'm a real thick punching bag who helped boxers learn to defend. You are just a thin popcorn bag. I would never be your tough friend. Next, Vic blew up to a mailbag, which he didn't want to offend. So he kind of asked the mailbag, would you be my important friend? I'm important mailbag with an important route to 10. You are just a plain empty bag. You don't need an important friend. Vic then blew past a shopping bag at a shopping store called You Spin. He stopped and asked the shopping bag, can I help you out as a friend? I am a helpful shopping bag at the store when shoppers attend. You're just a helpless popcorn bag. What help would you be as a friend? So it rhymes like that always.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
I
And
like
then he
that.
meets a lot more bags, and then at the end, he finds a bag. Should I tell the ending? Or-
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. You bet.
Okay. So at the end, well, I've only had a few more pages to go.
Right.
I might as well read the rest.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right.
We got time.
Then Vic blew next to a bank bag outside a bank around the bend. He smiled and said to the bank bag, what a great day to make a friend. I am overstuffed bank bag, overstuffed with money to lend. Why would overstuffed bank bag want an empty bag as a friend? Next, Vic blew close to a handbag. The pretty colors mixed to blend. He spoke, then said to the handbag, shake a hand and make a new friend. I'm a new type of handbag who came out to set a new trend. You are just an old popcorn bag. You too old to be a new friend. Just then, Vic saw an empty bag in a trash bin at the far end. And since she was a popcorn bag, Vic just knew he found the best friend. So throw away your empty bag, even when out on the weekend, and you will help a popcorn bag save the time in finding a friend. And what's makes it so cool, he runs into Ruth. That's his wife's real name.
Okay. Okay.
And then it was illustrator's idea to put the dog there. And he got them both blushing there, and so you know it's two messages and 2 lessons for kids.
Right.
Don't litter, don't discriminate.
But bro, Muhammad said make sure you speak up in that mic.
Was
Yeah, I
it-
got a text because
too
you want to
late?
make sure.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
they heard you, but they want to make sure they actually hear you because he texted me. He said make sure you speak up in that mic.
Okay.
I got his mic way up too, bro, Muhammad.
Okay, I gotta talk louder.
Yeah.
And then you probably notice all the characters sound the same too.
Right. Right.
I got one voice that for them all. Though.
Right. But hey, so I see that you actually got B&B Academy on there, which is good. You got Heartland, you got Mutual Omaha, which you representing representing the L402.
Yeah.
No, I see that. That's I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
Where can they get this book at?
You can buy it online at Amazon. We're gonna put together. You can go on Vic's. It's gonna be on his.
Right. Well, on our website, we'll be
Website.
offering it too.
Well,
Vic's
what?
popcorn. Well, it's Vic's VixCornPopperOmaha.com.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just go into that and get on our website. It's not on yet. It'll be on probably early next week.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the book just came out. By the way, I just have to say that what a great wordsmith and coming up with the story.
Yeah.
It really is interesting, and
mhm.
and listening to him, wouldn't he be a great teacher?
Yes,
Sitting
without
in a
doubt.
classroom and talking to kids and
Yeah. Man,
telling them a story. Wouldn't he do a good job of doing
Man,
that?
I love it. I love how he was well thought out. That everything is 8 syllables, because I always get on black people. No pun. Where we use all letters. we use all the letters in the alphabet, and so by your vision to come with the 8 syllables, so it's rhythmic. It's already in the song type of rhythm, so our children will pick it up immediately. So it's kind of like universal. It's like universal. It's like it's harmony.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Basically, it's harmony.
You know, my wife's a retired English teacher, and when she read through it, she said, "Wow, that's really well written, and that's and it's interesting." You know, and it has the 2 messages and so on. But
and plus it's all dealing with real life.
Yeah,
it's all dealing with real life. Boxing, sports. You're dealing with mail. People
well, they can identify
every day. Of course, shopping. We go shopping. My mom want to go shop. I don't watch cartoons. Of course, I mean, everything is related. Everything is related, in our world. Sometimes we those that have don't respect sometimes those that do not have, and so the message of discrimination is also important, because we need to have problem solving books. And so this is how I grew up way back in the day, and versus TV today. We had Fat Albert, we had Ghostbusters, we had Scooby Doo, just to name a few. Bugs Bunny. All of them had a problem in the beginning, and then they problem solved throughout the cartoon, and then at the end they have a resolution. And so everybody learned how to problem solve, how to deal with problems, and especially with Fat Albert, they see something or Scooby Doo and say, "Oh, and so it's important that we get back to problem solving stories. So when children read this, it actually teaches them something. It makes them better. Versus TV we got today, it leaving cliffhangers, and everything is drama, and everything is despair. When you look at TV today and our programming today, even our books sometimes. And so it's important that we create a wholesome vision, but still have the reality of today. It's just so important. Now, Vic, you give us a little bit of history of you. How did you even get into the popcorn?
I should record that. I've been asked that a lot of times, but I like popcorn. I always wanted to start a business. And as a teacher, we needed a little extra income. And so that's kind of how we got started. Just a little hole in the wall neighborhood popcorn store, 50th and Leavenworth. In January 1980. When we started it. And it just ended up growing and growing. And by 85, between 84 and 5, it got to the point where it was too large for me to continue both working full time. I was an administrator with the Omaha Public Schools and had the business. Actually, my wife's the one that really ran the thing and got it going, because I was working full time.
Right.
But she was home with kids, and she's the one that really made it work.
Right.
But anyway, we ended up selling the corporate part. We kept a couple stores, but we sold the corporate part, and they are the ones that expanded it. Actually, they set up distributors all around the country, and it was in every state for many, many years. And a lot of anecdotes from people that travel around the country. They'd run into it. And I know my wife and I were down in Florida and walked into a quick shop, and there's a big display of Vic's popcorn. Of course, they didn't know me from a load of hay. So, that didn't mean anything to them, but it was kind of fun seeing that. And we did see it in other places around the country. But and then, just about 6-7 years ago, the company that owned the corporate part decided they just didn't want to do popcorn anymore. So they stopped putting it in grocery stores and quick shops. And so the only place you can get it is through Vic's here in Omaha, our stores, and on our website. And so that's and we have our original recipes that we started in 1980, and that's what we just have. And people, we have a regular customer in any retail store. To be successful, you got to have repeat customers.
Right.
And so you've got to have a quality product, and you have to have great customer service. And we think we have that, and that's what has kept our customer base, and we've grown then too. In fact, about 3 years ago, I figured out that we went through 100 tons of popcorn that year.
Wow.
And so we do go through a lot of popcorn in our stores.
Now, do you manufacture everything here in Nebraska?
Yep, right here in Omaha. And we have a production facility. We call it Vic's Omaha Popcorn.
Mhm.
It's we call it the plant, but that's where we do all our flavor corn.
Mhm.
And now each store pops their regular white corn, and they make their own popcorn balls and piece of cake and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But that's the plant is where we make all of our flavor corn to keep the consistency, and
Mhm.
then we deliver to the stores on regularly all the time,
Mhm.
of course.
Okay. How many stores you have here?
Well, we
locally?
have three.
3?
We just had to close the one downtown Brandeis. It just killed me because we've been there 40 years.
Yeah.
And everybody that ever worked downtown, they all knew Vic's
Mhm.
on the Brandeis food court. But
Mhm.
since COVID, it just never did come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
it just we just couldn't make it anymore. And so we had to close the door actually September 30th.
Wow.
And that one, yeah, that really bothered me because, like I said, been there 40 years.
Right.
And it was a great store. My gosh, we'd have 250, 300 customers a day in 7 hours. We'd have a line from 11:30 to 1, 5 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
And I was
until
yeah.
COVID. And then
Right.
we were lucky to have 25 to 30 customers a day.
Wow.
And, for 3.5 years. And finally, we just couldn't make it anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah. COVID has changed a lot in regards to small business, and that's why we need to support
And
small
support
business.
local.
Yeah.
We really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, got to. We have to, y'all, because we are neighbors. Do you understand that you're supporting your neighbors? Don't y'all go to church? I said, y'all Christians love your neighbor.
Mhm.
Well, actually do it. I mean, y'all be perpetrating fraud. I mean, sometimes they come in revenue, hope they don't hope you got. Because I talk about real stuff, and we actually got to not talk about it, preach about it. We actually got to demonstrate it. When I was a probation officer, I used to be a probation officer from 80, what years? Whatever years it was. I was a probation officer, so I used to go down to Vic's. I used to come up to the food court and eat
Mhm.
all the time
yeah.
during our lunch break and stuff. So I know the history of Brandeis building, and as was across the street
Mhm.
where they had the other food court. So actually I got a Mr. Brandeis, one of his offspring, because they got a foundation, the Brandeis. So Brandeis was actually one of the only people that allowed Black people to even come in and shop way back in the day downtown, because that's where people
Mhm.
shopped at. And so that building does have a lot of history.
Oh, it sure does. And it just bothers me so much that
Mhm.
have to close a store like that. But, we are in business
Mhm.
and we were subsidizing it from the other stores. And,
Mhm.
you can't just keep doing that.
Right. So you can get your book online.
Mhm.
Are you going to be putting it in stores
It'll
or,
be in our
or-
3
or
stores.
Amazons and all
And
that?
it'll be
Yeah.
on Amazon. Right.
Two
Okay.
dads and
Now
the
you weigh it.
bookstore, that new bookstore.
Okay.
And try to go talk to Afro-American bookstore.
Okay.
Talk to them.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to talk to all the bookstores and get them in.
Okay. Here locally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say this too because
But make sure you're talking to that mic so they can hear you.
okay, I want to also say this because I can kind of like feel the character, the bag
Mhm.
being discriminated. Because
Yeah.
At a time when I met Vic, I was going through some changes with the government trying to indict me on bogus charges, but I fought back and everything.
Mhm.
But I got a lot of people that supported me through all this, and I thank you all, everyone out there that will support me and know who you are, and I appreciate that. And then there was some that didn't even give me the benefit of the doubt,
Mhm.
and you also know who you are there too. But then I meet a perfect stranger at the time in the parking lot, and
Mhm.
didn't even know my name, but he gave me the benefit of the doubt, and he always have, and that meant a lot because I felt like that bag.
Right.
Being discriminated
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
and everything. And then I found someone that just didn't judge me for being an empty bag.
Right.
And
So he saw some value in you, even though he didn't know, didn't even know you.
he didn't know me. He didn't know me, and he knew the situation, but gave me the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And the strange thing, I want to say this. You complimented on the way the book was rhyming
Mhm.
and well written. I was functional illiterate until I was 24, 25. And the trick, it was a kind of like a trick to the way I learned to read and write.
Okay.
Because if I didn't go to prison, I never would have learned. But I went to prison. One of the reasons why I got railroaded to prison, because the first time I went to prison, I didn't have to go. but I couldn't read and write.
Right.
And I put my faith in the public defender.
Uh-huh.
I put my faith in a public defender because I couldn't read and write, and I trusted him. I got railroaded and went to prison 4 years. But in that 4 years, I learned to read and write. So if I wouldn't have went to prison, I wouldn't have learned to read and write.
Right.
But I wouldn't have went to prison if I could read and write.
Right.
So it's and my son asked me the other day, Dad, how did it feel being 24, 25 and couldn't read or write? And I told him, son, it was like walking through everyday life with Vaseline in your eyes. That's how I felt. Yeah.
So, that's a great story because, you guys should feel the drive and the motivation that I have when I brag about that I can read and write, because I used to read for my mama who could not read and write, who actually picked cotton for y'all for free in Sumner, Mississippi. And so I understand that we're standing on, the shoulders of our ancestors, and it's so important that we develop new relationships so we can break down discrimination and stereotypes. And so they are atoms, and they have created continue to create great products. And sometimes it might be a stranger that give you the most love. So on this Love Yourself Thursday, as they would say in church, our pastor would say in church, turn to your left and say I love you. Turn to your right and say I love you.
And I do love Vic. Throughout this, I developed good friendship with this man. And he's a hell of a guy. And like I said on the back of the book, because I did the back part, and it says, it talks about Vic, the popcorn bag first, and then it talks about Vic, the popcorn man, and said, yes, there is a real Vic. And it talks about Vic Larson lives in Omaha, Nebraska, with his wife Ruth. They met teaching at Plattsmouth, Nebraska in 1966.
Wow.
And married in June of 67. I was love at first sight, wasn't it?
He wastes no time. He wastes no time.
You're making me sound really old here.
They have 3 kids, Kristen, Carrie, and Adam, and 7 grandkids. Big love for popcorn is what made the couple go into popcorn business. In January of 80, they popped their very first batch. Soon the great taste of Vic's popcorn and the catchy phrase, gather around a bag of it, caught on and spread throughout the country. But what I want to read farther down the next paragraph, it said, when it comes to love and respect for others, regardless of race, creed, or color, Vic the popcorn bag is an animated version of Vic the man.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I truly am touched by that. And, for somebody that really didn't know me, that can come up with those kinds of things, it really did mean a lot to me.
Well,
I appreciate that.
Well, sometimes, yeah, man, God speaks through, I don't believe God's mysterious.
No.
At all. So God, I believe God speaks through all of us. Because if he's everywhere, that means he got to be within all of us in order to be everywhere. So I'm glad that you guys are being an example on how we should behave, no matter what generation we come from, because you guys are obviously a different generation. And what neighborhood we come from. Obviously, you come from different neighborhoods. And what culture you come from. Obviously, it's different culture. But you found a blend that created great friends. Oh, see, I'm taking it from the book, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking it from the bag, y'all.
We having the opening next Friday at Vic's on Harvey. Well, the debut, the release of the book, the signing of the book. What would it be called?
Book release, I guess.
Book release,
yeah. And it's at the Harvey Oak store.
Is that Overview Mall?
Oh
No, it's a Harvey Oaks Plaza, 144th and West Center.
Okay.
Right. And we both be there signing autographs, selling the book, popcorn. It'd be nice.
From maybe 11 to 2.
Yeah, I think it's
Something like that.
Yeah.
on Friday
Okay.
or
Okay.
Saturday. Or
It's
did
a
we?
Saturday.
We might have
It's
talked
11th.
about Saturday the
Yeah,
11th
it's 11.
of November. It'll come out though.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So once you guys get the flyer, make sure you guys get it to me. We'll make an announcement. Are you guys
Sure.
giving discounts on popcorn that day too? I mean,
Well, yeah, I'm sure there will be.
okay.
We do have discounts on a regular basis, and
Okay.
and we are discounting the book. It's a regular $14.99, but there and in our stores right now, it's going to be $12.99
Okay. Okay.
for the
cool.
book. And you know what? It's a great book for grandpas, grandmas, moms, and dads to read to their kids.
Yeah.
And our daughter-in-law picked it up and an early copy and took it home, read it to our 6-year-old grandson, and
Mhm.
they loved it, and it was just fun to read, and of course they get the VIX part of it because they've grown up with that.
And then plus, if you get this month's paper, the Heartland newspaper, it's a coupon in there for Vicks popcorn. You get a free medium bag
And a drink.
and a drink.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's our combo
Okay.
that we sell so many of.
Okay.
Medium popcorn, medium drink.
Okay.
With that coupon in the Heartland
Okay.
paper.
All right. And then popcorn is good. It's if you're trying to modify what you eat. Well, we don't use the word diet. We don't want you to die.
No.
But if you want to modify what you eat, if you're trying to lose some stomach,
Mhm. Hey,
popcorn-
I will say our regular white corn is very healthy.
Mhm.
And in fact, when we first got started, our store was 50th and Leavenworth, fairly close to the med center.
Mhm.
We had doctors come in and say, hey, you know what? We want to recommend to our heart patients to come and get your popcorn.
Right.
Because it's a whole lot better than chips and all those kinds of things.
Mhm.
And then they started saying, what can you do with less salt? So we did a half salt, made right on the bag.
Right.
And then we did with less, we use a pure corn oil to cook it in.
Okay.
And they said, can you do a little less? So we experiment. This is before the light craze and all that. We're
Mhm.
talking 1980.
Okay.
And we started doing a third less oil.
Okay.
And so it really is our regular white corn. Now, we don't brag about the caramel corn being real healthy. That's a
Right.
good, just
Yeah,
a sweet
yeah,
snack
yeah,
for
yeah,
you. But
yeah.
our regular Vicks white corn is really a good, healthy snack for people.
Yes, without a doubt. So I've modified how eating, especially after reading How to Eat the Live book by Elijah Muhammad. I eat maybe once or twice a day, and when I do get hungry, I try to maybe eat some popcorn. I can't eat too much because it messes with my intestines. The huff.
Yeah.
But
Now, the white corn has less hulls.
okay.
And they're a real thin hull, and usually most of that burns off. So the
Okay,
yellow
okay.
corn is, it does have the hulls, but we use the regular white corn, which is a gourmet popcorn.
Okay,
That's
cool.
cool.
And it has less
noticed,
holes.
When I eat your popcorn, I have none of that stuck in my teeth.
Yeah,
Okay,
it-
okay, okay, good.
there
Okay, yeah.
will be some holes, but not like with the yellow corn.
Okay, cool,
Yeah, the
cool.
white corn has very, very few holes. In fact, some people call it hulless corn, but all corn has holes. All corn does.
Yeah,
because-
yeah, yeah.
because
Without
it
doubt.
does.
Without doubt. So I think I ate too much popcorn one time and it affected my so I modified like my brother, like in my as far as just but I gotta have the caramel in the cheese together. Man. So,
Well,
so I
that's-
know
and
I get
that's
a lot,
good
I know,
stuff.
Yeah, I know I'm getting a lot of halls. So that's why I try to eat like my man, like once a month. Similar to pork chops. We're not for you live. So I eat pork chops once a month. But the bacon, I eat. I still got to work on that.
Yeah.
So we want you guys, if you're trying to modify what you eat, popcorn is a great additive to make sure that you maintain your weight or lose weight. You have to add meat and stuff like that every lunch. You can modify what you eat so you can stay healthy. Health is wealth, y'all, actually. Now, Vic, how old are you, Vic?
Well, I'll be 81 here in a couple,
Don't you look
3
good?
weeks. Well,
81?
yeah.
He's
Man.
still active. He's living his
Well,
life
you know what?
now.
I'm doing all right. We're very fortunate. Both my wife and I are in good health, and we keep busy and we we love we have 7 grandkids, and we've watched them grow up. We have 4 older ones that are all pretty much grown, but we have 3 little ones now.
Oh yeah.
And so they keep us going.
Oh yeah.
And of course our stores, we we have great kids and great people that work our stores.
Mhm.
We've got a lot of our workers are over 20 years experience with us.
Okay.
And then
good.
we have great kids, just wonderful kids that work in our stores. And I brag about them all the time.
Good.
We don't have to worry what's going on in the store when we travel and all that, because they just take care of things.
Yep.
And a lot of them start at 16 and they'll stay up through when they graduate from high school, or even if they're going to UNO or Creighton or Metro, they stay working with us. And,
Good.
and
Good.
oh God, they're the best, really.
Great. Great.
And-
Great.
And
So-
I want to be like Vic when I grow up.
Yeah.
I'll text him or email him or something. He said, "Well, I can't get back to you right now. I'm in Boston, or I'm in New York. I'm in Cancun." Every time, once a week, he's somewhere. I think you're gonna go traveling again now.
Well,
I mean,
we're retired, so that's what you can do, I
Yeah.
guess.
yeah, and he's doing it. Every
No.
time I turn around, he's somewhere else.
Well, we don't travel quite that much, but
Well, I'm a writer. I exaggerate a little.
Well, you know,
When I write,
well, I
Yeah.
know you're probably going down south where it's a little bit warmer. Do you like the cold winters up here?
you know what? I like the 4 seasons, and it doesn't bother me. But we do go. We'll take a week to 10 days and go to someplace warm in February.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
But you know what? After about a week or 10 days, my wife said, "Hey, we got to get back," because she misses the kids
Right.
and that stuff. So we don't stay for, much more than 7 to 10 days is
Right.
about maximum.
Well, I love to travel during the winter time just to break the monotony.
Yeah.
Somewhere south, to just get away from the cold. And this
Oh yeah, the cold and
Yeah.
sleet and ice. We don't care for that in the wind, but
Mhm.
a nice snow is kind of nice. So it cleans everything up and it's great. I don't mind that a bit.
Yeah, it slows everything down.
Yeah.
So it's good. Vic, it's a wonderful to meet you. Like I said, I've been into all this. I mean, I've been eating your popcorn for decades. I can literally say decades. And so it's good to meet you. And then also it's good to see that even though that you're 80, you come from a different generation. So when were you born? So you're born in the 30s.
Well, no, 42.
42.
Yeah.
So
That was a good year, by the way.
Yeah, 42. Yeah, 42. I wasn't born yet though.
Yeah.
But from your generation to now, you're showing an example of non-discrimination, which is
But
so,
you know
which is-
what? We
which
have
is so important.
As a teacher, that's just that's how you operate. And I have to brag about this. My grandma was a teacher, and my mom was a teacher. I was a teacher. Our daughter's a teacher, and our granddaughter's a teacher.
right.
Okay,
So 5 generations. I am really proud of that.
great.
And I think teaching's a great profession. And we have several of our kids that work for us that have gone on to become teachers.
Great, great.
And I encourage anybody that enjoys school but likes being around people to
Right.
think about education as a profession. Because you work with people that like being around people,
hmm
and we need good quality teachers out there. That's all there is to it. Our
Without a
kids
doubt.
deserve it.
Yep, without a doubt. So, brother, you
How
got
about-
anything else?
Yeah, how many grandkids you got?
I got 4.
Or how many of them is in the age like the book range?
3 of them.
Well,
About 3. So what age would you recommend?
shoot, you can start reading it to them until they get old enough to read themselves, like Dr.
Yes.
Seuss. I think I
It's
was
like 3rd or 4th grade.
Yeah, I know kids that read.
Yeah, we used to read to our kids really before they could read, but they would memorize the words because
Right.
you'd read the same book over and over.
Right.
And I always remembered the Dr. Seuss sleep book.
Mhm.
Man, we would read that before they go to bed all the time when they were just little.
Right.
And then they knew it by heart.
Right.
And so, hey, Dad, you skipped a page because it's kind of a long book.
Right.
And so you'd have to go back. But no, you start reading to your kids. Reading is absolutely the most important thing for kids. You've got to be a good reader, and that's the skill that everybody has to have.
Okay.
And so start them early, get them interested in books.
Okay. So I got my 2-year-old and 6-year-old. So I'm gonna be purposeful on making sure that happens. So
Well,
go ahead.
what I was going to do, you might as well buy these 2, and you get both of us to sign them for your because your grandkids is probably watching. They're gonna be like, "Grandpa, why didn't you buy the books? They was right there."
Right. So they in school now.
Well,
They
they
better
gonna
be at
see.
school.
They
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
see this. They're gonna
Yeah.
be saying that
Shots-
granddad, Paw.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Papa.
You should have got us
There you
the
go.
books. That Vic was right there to
So
sign.
actually, no, we need to come out and get some popcorn because I know they want to eat. That was eating
Okay.
this morning, and we pull up on y'all. So next Saturday,
Next Saturday. Yeah.
November the 11th,
11, I think.
11
yeah.
o'clock?
11. Yeah.
9 to or 11 to 2.
2.
Wow, man! I mean the actual real Vicks. I can't believe it. So
I
mean,
hey, it's not that big a deal.
yes, it
Yeah,
is, man.
yeah,
No,
yes, it is.
I used to eat your
Get
popcorn all the
asked that all
time,
the time.
Yeah.
because sometimes people perceive them when you're into work, and you don't perceive the effect that you have created for others, the memories. I remember people first dates and then with their girlfriend and say, "What you doing?"
Yeah.
And they got a little extra money. What you want? I mean, so that's some big stuff, man. So but those are memories as a youth that you don't forget, and your spot was one of the signature spots where you'll take your girl or or your man and say, well, we in the mall, let's go get some popcorn and go to the movies, and sometimes people snuck your popcorn inside the movie.
I don't like to encourage that, but it happens all the time.
I already know because you get the flavors.
That's right.
You get the flavors, and so people I always seen the big Vic bags in the movie theaters afterwards. So now you have been a icon in our community. Had they ever gave you the key to the city yet?
Oh gosh, no. That's
I mean, just to think about all that kind of stuff, because how long you been in business?
43 years.
There's not a lot of business that's been in business in Omaha, Nebraska, 40-some years. Period.
No, we belong to the chamber, for years and years, but no, those things aren't.
So, has chamber gave you an award?
Well, we have gotten some awards, and I got some, because I was, an educator too. I have degrees from Kearney and UNO and UNL, and Kearney
recognize you.
Yeah, they did. They
are you in the Hall of Fame?
Years ago. Well, yeah, in the Department of Education out there, School of Education at Kearney. Well, it's
Hall of Fame.
I'm
a Hall of Famer too, baby. You got to give it up to other Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Well, Kearney is where I grew up. Well, I grew up in Lincoln, but went to school out of Kearney, and it was Nebraska State Teachers College of Kearney then, wasn't UNK.
Right.
Talking the early 60s.
Yeah. Well, I played against Kearney when I was in college. I went to Midland Lutheran College, so Kearney was one of our competitors. And then you had a great indoor track too.
Oh yeah,
they got a very great indoor track.
I've been on that track. I know what you're talking about. Cushing.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Coliseum out there.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. So anything that we didn't discuss this morning, gentlemen, that you want to make sure we get across, let's recap again next Saturday, so they can actually get a autographed book and some popcorn.
And meet the real Vic.
Without a doubt. So make sure, what's the address to the location?
Oh, it's 144th and West Center Road in Harvey Oaks Plaza.
Okay. So we'll be talking about this. I don't know why they didn't bring no popcorn in here today. Why they didn't?
Well,
I just don't understand.
Because it was too early in the morning. I didn't have a chance to stop by the store.
It ain't too early in the morning. Vic, you should have been last night, Vic. So no, I'm gonna pull up on y'all. I'm gonna pull up myself. Since I know the Vic man, I might get a coupon.
I'll give you a discount.
Yes, what I do. See, I like that. Yeah, I knows people, y'all. I knows people by way of my man, my. So, brother, how did you get your name? And what does your name mean? Because people, see it, they hear it, they know it, you're associated with Heartland. And to tell us how you even come up with Heartland, especially since you was illiterate to 24.
Till I was 24, yeah. 25, I read children. Well, I read a children book in the county jail called The Keeping Quilt. That was the first book I ever read. It took me about 3 or 4 months to read that book. Because when I went to prison, I couldn't spell couch. I couldn't spell curb. These are just some of the words I remember. I couldn't spell phone. I couldn't spell couldn't.
Why? Because right now, OPS are projecting that half of the ninth graders are not going to graduate.
What made me?
I mean, why couldn't you read and write?
Well,
why couldn't you read and write?
Well, I was a good kid coming up, but I'm the youngest out of 11, and it seemed like once my father died, it was just I was all over the place. I was lost.
How old were you when your dad died?
I was about 8 or 9.
So your dad was important.
He was very important. And in fact, he was one of the reasons, the main reason how I discovered my talent to write. Because when I was in prison, I always had the type of mentality, and you can tell now by, well, they can tell you Douglas County Courthouse that you pick on me, I pick back. So
Right.
I just made a judge recuse herself off of a case. So I'm never been scared to speak up for myself. So when I went to prison, the guards had a habit of picking with me and picking on people, period.
Oh, yeah, what I know.
I would pick back, but I would do things like I'd be talking to, one of my favorite things was, because see, in the federal prison, if you got like, if you're a staff member, you have to go and stand up in the child hall for an hour every day, because an inmate might want to talk to you. And we didn't want to talk to you in your office or somewhere by yourself, because somebody see you and might say, hey, I saw such and such talking. He's a snitch. So they got to they got to go stand in the child hall for an hour every day, every staff member. Different times that you're going to find them in there. Okay. And there'll be females in there. So my favorite thing is, okay, you keep picking with me and this and that, such and such. I tell you what, tomorrow, I swear to God, I'm going to run through the child hall butt ass naked. And I promise you I'll be there. Okay, Mr. Ya, okay. Or what I would do, I would wait until a certain time. These are just some of the tactics I would do. I never ran through the child hall, but it was a good threat. Right. They thought I might do it. Right. But another thing I would do, and I got the warden on this, because I waited until I know his wife was pregnant and he was on standby. Now, if every time I flood my cell, like if I flood at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because something, just wasn't flooding my cell, but let's say a guard was picking with me, did something crazy at 2 afternoon, I'll wait until 2 in the morning, because half of them at home. If I flood my cell, I'm going to flood the whole floor. You got to get the guys out the cells next door, down all, and underneath me, you got to put everybody in that. The auditorium, it's a hassle. You got to call in guards from the streets to come in and do all this. You need extra help. So I peeped at the warden, who was assistant warden. He was a warden, and his wife was pregnant. So I waited. I already know I could flood the cell, what they're going to do, but I stopped doing it because his wife was pregnant. Now she's about 8 months pregnant. So they had did something and just made me real mad. And I flooded the cell, and he was supposed to be at home with his wife, and he had to come in. Everybody had to come in because they had to get us out, put us in the cab. This is like 3 o'clock in the morning. So it was like they put me in a hole after that. Okay. They just put me in a hole. And I stayed down there, and that's when I wanted to and I didn't mind after a while, because I was doing push-ups and they was bringing my food. And I wanted to write and tell the world about what a great man my father was, but I couldn't write. So that's when I started writing. I remember like page 3, I wanted to stop. Page 75, I was going to stop, but I kept going, and I just kept going. But the words I couldn't spell, I would just put a line underneath and spell it just the best way I could. Right. And, back then, when your phone's about to get cut off, you can run up long distance bills and call everybody, because your phone's going to get cut off. Right. And so you're gonna make your long distance calls. You probably wouldn't know nothing about this, Vic. Yeah. So and you run up your bill because they're gonna cut it off in a couple of days. Remember those days? So there was this one lady I knew on the streets, and I'll call her up. And I never will forget. She taught me how to spell peace. So I make out the list. Okay, and I have on the list what page that word is on. Like page 22, peace. So I go back and I fill it in after she tell me how to spell it. So I called her. I said, okay, how do you spell peace? Like a piece of cake. She said, okay, spell pie and add C-E. I never forget it. She said, that's the way you spell knees too. I said, oh, okay. So then I go down back and I fill it in. So next thing you know, I'm doing my push-ups, because I was a little skinny guy when I first went, but this was a long time ago. And they're bringing my food. I'm writing this book. I come out and use the phone. I'm cool. Now they want to let me out. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And they thought something was wrong with me. He want to stay in the hole. So they sent this lady, of course, they sent the black female guard down to talk to me. to see what my problem was. Because, you know, we had Soul Train on the channel. Everybody watched that Saturday. I didn't want to come up and watch Soul Train. I'm fine.
Right.
I'm getting this book done. I found something I like.
Right.
So then she went up, she told me, no, he's okay. He's all right. He's just doing his thing. He's learned he discovered writing. So I'm down there now. There was this one guard, I forgot to mention, that in the beginning, there was a guard, and his name was Grainer. And when I first came into prison, I had that book by Patricia Polacco, The Keeping Quilt. I stole it from the county, and I had it in my property. So they check you when you come into prison. And all through while I was in the county jail, like I said, it took me about 3 or 4 months to read that book. So my partners was teasing me, oh, he wasn't trying to read on the street. Look at him reading that children's book. Nobody knew how this kid's book got into this adult facility.
Right.
But it got there and it got to me. I got a kid book. But I'm reading this book. It might got pictures, but this is the first book in my life I've ever read by myself. So when I took this book with me. Now I read it over and over. So when the guard found it, he was like, what are you, retarded, son? You stupid. This is county property. What are you, stupid? And then before I know, I said, no, I ain't stupid. I just can't read. And that's the only book I can read. And he looked at me. He said, you can't read? I said, no. And I can read that book. And he took a magic marker and he wrote out, scratched out Ramsey County. He wrote my number in it and he gave it to me. So I still see him when we was on the yard. Everybody said he didn't like blacks. He didn't like blacks.
So is a white gentleman?
Yeah, and he was big. And he big muscle dude. In fact, his boy, his head looked like a muscle. He had so much muscle.
Right.
So, and I was seeing him. I appreciate him giving me the book, but he was just a butthole. So I didn't really say nothing to him. But then I worked in the kitchen. And one time these two brothers came through. They was real tight. They was close partners. And one stuttered. And the other one, they've been so close together. When this guy stuttered, if he couldn't get his word, he'd finish the word for him. Right. That's how close they were. Right. So one time they was coming through, everyone was listening and everything. And his friend said something to me about lifting weight. And he got it out. Then his partner said, you heard him. He didn't stutter. I said, yes, he did stutter. He stuttered his ass. So everybody started laughing, even Grainer. So later on, when I was back there washing dishes, Grainer said something to me, getting on me about the dishes. And he cursed, I cursed. He said, I'm going to write you up. I said, but you cursed at me first. And he laughed again. The second time the man started laughing. From then on, we started just talking and we was cool. So I told everybody, I said, that man's not prejudiced. He just don't hate blacks. He don't like nobody. So when I came out the hole, I told him, I said that, I want to be a writer. And I was telling him, I can't read this and that. So, if a guard give an inmate anything, he could lose his job because then you can start tricking him and bringing guns and phones. And stuff. That man brought me in the dictionary first, which I thought was stupid. I'm like, because I gave it to me, I didn't say nothing. I'm thinking, because he told me I could look up the words I can't spell. I'm like, this is so dumb. How am I going to look up a word? I can't even spell it. This is just dumb. But okay, thank you. I took the dictionary, and it made sense as it went on. Then he brought me to the source. He was bringing me in books to read. I did my 4 years, and I got out. I went to Oregon Community College. And when I went, and back then, I thought college was for everybody, everybody but me, So I went to the community college. It didn't teach me how to write, but it taught me proper grammar and stuff. But in the writing classes, I had read some of their textbooks already in the whole they had brought to me. Right. So I was way ahead of the class. And then so that's how I started writing. I never stopped.
Okay. So your book is basically an extension of how you began writing, is by someone perceived as that was going to discriminate against you, but gave you the materials in order to manifest your God-given talents.
Yeah.
So
I grew up all my life. I sound like Color Purple. All my life I had to fight.
Yeah.
But growing up, I fought. Listen, I was raised in the Nation of Islam as a kid on up. But in Minnesota, that's all we did was fight. Like I hear other brothers talking about their ex-gang members. I never grew up fighting in a gang. I grew up fighting white people all the time because we were divided. We had University Street, and everything on this side of the street was black, and everything on this side of the street was white. My mother moved 5 blocks on the other side of University. So I had to fight, and then they bust us out to the white school. They had a game called Rice Street. And the Rice Street boys, they catch you out. We had to go out there roller skating. Everything was on their side. If they catch us, they would beat us or we'd fight them. But if we caught one of them over there, it was done deal too. My mother moved 5 blocks over there. And I think that's why I had so much of a temper, and I was so quick to fight, because I remember I would get dressed and everyone else be saying, man, if we go over there, they're gonna kill us and this and that. I woke up with the mentality when I'm stuffing my squirt guns with bleach in it because I had a bike, and I get my extension cord because I saw that one movie where that Roman guy had a chain. So we got with extension cord. So I got extension cord because I ride through the middle of the street.
So you can see. It's just
so yeah, they had to come to me. I would. You could tell the white boys that mess with me the next day because they had bleach on them. That straight marks from them, you know. So my mentality, and I think that's what always kept me in good health and looking young. Because when I woke up in the morning and people talking about we get caught over there, they're gonna kill us. Oh man, we're gonna get killed. I wake up with mentality, they're gonna have to kill me tonight. That's for sure. That was my mentality. Then I went to prison. Well, we moved from there, we moved to Oregon, and then we got the skinheads out there. We're fighting with them every day, and it was a big battle because some of them boys could fight real good. So we went on one shit. I mean, excuse me, you fighting for real. They could rack, and they fought dirty too. And then I went to prison, I'm fighting with the guards too. But then when I got out, and as life went on, I always had in my mind, because I met good people that was white.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
Yeah. So I remember when I was on the run, I got to tell this story. I was on the run, I was on the bus, the Greyhound bus. I had no money. And I was going from Minnesota to Oregon because Oregon was like my third home because my mother lived out there and my father raised us in Minnesota. So Minnesota's my home, and my mother moved out there. So, okay, so the Greyhound bus was my third home. And one time I was traveling on the run. Now I'm older and I had no money, but I had to get out of town. And I might have did something here. And I mean, I was messing up in my 20s, man. I was a mess up. Because one time when I was getting sentenced, I'm telling this record, the prosecutor was reading off these charges and sentence. I'm thinking, this dude is a bad dude. And then I realized she's talking about me, right? But anyway, so I might have did something and might have been here. But anyway, I'm on the Greyhound bus. No money. I had to leave. Boom. And I never will forget. Now, I'm sitting in the back because it's a lot of black people back there because we always sit in the back, usually talking loud, smoking back there. But it's a white guy up here. And about the second day, because I remember Oregon was 2 nights and 3 days driving the bus. And the white guy said, he said, hey, I noticed when we get off, you never get off to get nothing to eat. So I, gave him a little smile, so it's because I don't have any money, like that. And he said, he freaked out. He said, you don't have any money? Oh my God, can I buy you something to eat? None of my brothers said anything. They didn't say nothing. And I said, you don't have to buy me nothing. If you just give me some money for some potato chips or something like that, that'd be fine. He said, you want some snacks? I got some snacks. He gave me a box of crackers, a jar of peanut butter, and an apple.
Oh, you good?
Don't forget it. Now, how can I get to Oregon and be prejudiced towards somebody? My brothers didn't say nothing. So by now I'm getting the mentality that I judge my brother not by your skin color, but by your heart. So then, and I got to tell you this story. And there was a guy in Oregon, and he had a bad attitude about talking bad to and he was an Italian guy, and he talked bad to the black people in the neighborhood. And I always wondered why they keep shopping at his store. So one day I went in there because I got this attitude now. I'm going to let my guards down. I'm going to try, give everybody benefit of the doubt.
Right.
So I gave him some money. He gave me back some change, but the 100 I gave him, he gave me back some change. And I had, when I counted it, I said, you gave me the wrong, you gave me wrong change. You gave me wrong change. I didn't say too much. He said, no, you didn't. No, I didn't. I gave you the right amount. So I said, you don't know how to count. You people this, you people that. He went on crazy, just talk crazy. I said, no, you gave me 20 too much because I knows I had 5 20s. I just gave him 100. And he got quiet. He said, oh, I'm sorry. Listen, man, I'm sorry. I gave him the 20 back. I was so mad. I was so hurt. I was fighting back tears a little bit. But I left. I was cool. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Years later, I'm talking about maybe about 30 or 40 years later, but I heard he changed his attitude towards people because he caught cancer and he got sick. So I went back to the story. He's old and everything. And his granddaughter, something said that her grandfather said hi. And he's sitting over there looking, oh, I didn't almost recognize. I said, oh, he probably don't even know who I am. She said, he do. He said something else. I said, what he said? She said, he said, you do know who you are. He remembers your voice. It always played in his head from when I told him, when I gave him back that money. And that's what changed his ways, not because he got sick.
So it was your experience.
Right. So then after that, and then I was like, well, I can make a difference. I can make a difference. So I haven't had that wall up. But like when I go downtown and I'm fighting against downtown, that mentality is there. And because I feel like, but now it's more of a mental fight when I'm fighting against the lawyers and judges. And they think I'm a little bit off a little bit, like Sheriff Hanson when he came to my house and for my son, because they got us college fights or something like that. And I stopped that cop from shooting my son. And he gave me a ticket 4 days later. And he said, I'm giving you this. So the next time we come to your house, you know how to act. Well, me being me, I said, wait, what did you just say? And he told me again. I said, no, when I get done with you, the next time you come to my house, you'll know how to act.
Right.
That comes from that mentality, fighting all the time, standing up.
Right.
We beef for we still beefing, but he regret that he ever met me and told me that. Here, I'm giving you a ticket. So next time we come to your house, you know how to act. But,
wow. Life in the city. Omaha, the Birds, the Bluffs. We do what we do because, and I talk about my mama being kind of for real, but she didn't teach me to hate white folks. She didn't pass that burden on down to me, because when you pass a burden down to your child of hate, that takes a part of them, that consumes them, that actually eats them up, and it's also a detriment to how they're gonna move forward. So, I hang out with my white homeboys. Yeah. We fight. Yeah. Y'all better come over here for real. So blood, sweat, and tears. I got homeboys that I love that don't look like me.
Right.
I ate over their house. Their mama and them make sure that I was straight. You know what I mean? So no, I don't get over that black white stuff. That's what the have. That's what they do to the middle class and the have-nots. They use all those tactics to keep us separated and not on the real message of making sure that we creating conduits of opportunity for the next generation. And sometimes they use all these isms to keep us separated. And that's why I really wanted to expose that you guys are atoms.
Yes.
And that you guys came together and you guys exploded and created Victor Popcorn Bag. And this is an example of 2 different generations, 2 different men coming together, being an example of how God wants us to work together and behave. And so this is one of the greatest examples of how you love yourself. And for all y'all Christians, Muslims, and Jews, this is how you actually love thy neighbor, without a doubt. And so sometimes it take a stranger. Oh yeah, sometimes it take a stranger in order to change the landscape of our society. I'm glad you guys had a chance to continue to manifest your relationship. It's necessary that people see it. It's necessary that people hear your story, because it's going to break down other stereotypes that's before us, and obstacles that might be placed in front of us. You guys are necessary, that we can overcome it, without a doubt. I'm going to be reading to my children. Read to your children. Vic also explained before we go on the educational front. Now, I'm tough on OPS, but we're going to also be fair to OPS, because they are dealing with 100 different languages. And as Vic said, that we got a lot of new immigrants, and those immigrants sometimes affect the scores, because a lot of them cannot speak English, and they do affect the ACT scores. They do affect the other scoring that all our children take. And so OPS is the only school that deal, well, the only district that deal with the diverse languages, diverse ethnicities, versus the suburban schools. I know the suburban schools deal with some diversity, but not like OPS. And so we want to be fair to OPS. And I know I got my education. I brag off my education. Shout out to Bryan High. Our schools don't have fences around them, like if we go to Chicago or New York City or LA. No, we might have metal detectors, but that's just the way the world is. But our schools are open. We're not fenced in. We have a great school system. Of course, it still need work, but we still have greatness around here. So let's see how we can help OPS. Of course, we're gonna agitate, but we need you guys to show up at the PTA meetings, parents. We need you guys to show up. All right. So again, Omaha, the Birds of Bless. We about to get out of here. My man Vic Larson. Vic Popcorn. We want to thank these gentlemen for coming in and being an example of how we should participate in brotherhood, without a doubt. Thank you, Vic.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity
for bringing this story to our awareness, because it's a necessary story. People been eating you for 40 years, so you might as well know who you are. You know what I mean?
Well, thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we appreciate you letting someone else that don't look like you, from a different generation, tell your story.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, that right there, to me, that is the ultimate way to discriminate or to eliminate discrimination, is by actually doing it. We don't talk about it over here at 95.7 Balls. Y'all talk about it. Y'all pray about it. Over here, we bout it, without a doubt.
We'll leave you a copy of the book, man.
Okay, cool. So Omaha, make sure you guys go next week. Next week, Vic, what's the address?
Harvey Oaks Plaza, 14432 West Center Road.
Pull up. I don't care what kind of car, catch the bus, whatever you gotta do. They're giving out signed autograph books, and they're gonna have some gourmet popcorn for you to consume. It's a God certified event, y'all. You will get. I know y'all guys need some brownie points. This is a God certified event. If you show up, God will give you a brownie point. Yeah. You guys need some help. This is one of those events that will help, because it's targeting not only our young people, but it's targeting that we should not discriminate against each other. All right. Omaha, the Burbs, the Blus, we are out here. We'll take a picture before you guys get out of here. No problem, man. Appreciate the love. Hold on one second. Before we get out here, of course, I got to bring this song right back. Since we talking about, since they call me Revenue Hope, the only hope you got. This next song, we're going to bring Jesus off the bench. Yes, I'm bringing Jesus off the bench. I don't have Jesus in my starting five usually, because you get the sixth man is the difference maker, y'all, for real. The starting five, everybody in the starting five is not the best on your squad. That's why you had the sixth man. Oh yeah, the sixth man. My man's sixth man is Jesus, y'all, and her name is Salt. And man, she gonna bring it, y'all. She's straight from Omaha, y'all. We actually show love to our neighbors. Y'all talk about it, pray about it. We about it. Boss with us. Have a beautiful day on this Love Yourself Thursday. Make sure you're purposeful on loving yourself today. Oh, yeah. Boss with us.
It's all. I got Christ on it. Yeah, I got Christ on it. I'm gonna take y'all back with me. Yeah, I was only 10 years old when the devil took my innocence from me. Told me to shut up, don't say a word, it's the infamy. Grew up a little faster than I should, living sinfully. At 13 and that's all she wrote, the rest was history. Grew up in the church, pops a pastor, mama first lady. Just to go home to live in darkness, my life felt so crazy. Never shady, spitting truth, it really hurt, I promise you. Y'all rarely took the time to understand what was happening under your roof. I cried for rice, no starry nights. My life a film movie. Not talking popcorn and candy, but gruesome facts exclusive. This ain't a sad song, just wanna share some heat about how my life was little house on the prairie to nightmare on Elm Street. Only share my testimony. See y'all out there like me, ain't no more being discreet. Time to war in these streets, not over flesh and blood, but over these principalities. I never really thought he had me, but I got Christ on it. Yeah, I got Christ on it. I got Christ on it, yeah. Coming from the trenches, ain't nobody really listening. They just wanna make assumptions about your life, creating distance. It's resistance, pay subscription, demons lurking, that's their mission. But what you gonna do when you start switching up your position? Lean on God, he's the one that got you this far. Relationship over religion, he's just wanting your permission. Christ has did it, yeah, it's finished. For your life and all your sinning, he wants to show you different. He wants to give you vision. I got Christ on it, he know what it's like for me. All my pain, all my hurt, he walked it out on the earth. He rose us up from the dirt. I hope you know there's more to this life than all the things that you've endured. There's a cure, his name is Christ. Yeah. Oh, his name is Christ, and he wants to get you right. He wants to bring you back to life. Yeah. I got Christ on it. Yeah. I got Christ on it, yeah. No, it says in Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to this world, but instead with a transformed mind, be renewed. That way, whatever you have is good and acceptable. And it's the perfect will of God. So no matter what you're going through in this life, no matter what your life has given you and thrown in you, just know that if you put Christ on it, everything gonna work out. So, out here.
I was just like, why you say that? He was like, dude, he was like, man, you a world champion. He was like, trust me. He understood that if we gotta go over there and get that title, that's what we gotta do.
Yes, sir. Respect New York, get your head bust, that's for stars. I done made a band or two, busting down a guard. Busting down these about to bust down the Chapar. Busting down these bees, pulling strings, no guitar. 100 blues on me in one pocket, that's light. Up top in the box, betting on Bud at the fight. Gotta get like 10 or more and I'm knocking down the price. Lil' bro flip me over, cut him off, dim this light. Shit. 10. I ain't have a brick to bust down. Plug it, you know, look past. All gold, presidential pieces got them bust down. You told me I was gonna run out of steam. So what's up now? I know I'm not the trust clown. When there's in the huddle, never touchdown. It's time to get the fuck out. They hung, and these they don't want it. They want to be rich. Put everybody stuck in the moment. I'm just playing for keeps. You run up on me, you should go on it. Nah, man, but them cold nights on the block, we call the moment. I'm like that, it's not just a persona. Now I can look in your eyes and I can tell that you don't want it. Respect New York, get your head bust, that's for stars. I done made a band or two, busting down a car. Busting down these beats, about to bust down Usher Park. Busting down these beats, pulling strings, no guitar. 100 blues on me in one pocket, that's light. Up top in the box, betting on Bud at the fight. Gotta get like 10 or more, and I'm knocking down the price. Lil' bro flip me over, cut them off, dim his lights. Kidding. Initiating this money front and back end. Codeine make me nod off, only time I get naps in. Curb check the 40s, bit the rims in these potholes. Baby Drake, we got those Americans and Russians. Baby girl was blushing when she found how much I'm touching. Interrogation room, I told him peoples, I know nothing. Turned myself into a plug, continuously kept pumping. He say he don't dodge nothing, let's see when I start dumping. Where I'm from, you touch 100, that must mean something. That must mean you grit. Run like trick. But it caught the whole 30, thinking it's a sweet lick. Baby love this big VIP, we lit. Respect New York, get your head bust, that's for stars. I done made a band or two, busting down a car. Busting down these beats, about to bust down Usher Park. Busting down these beats, pulling strings, no guitar. 100 blues on me in one pocket, that's light. Up top in the box, betting on Bud at the fight. Gotta get like 10 or more, and I'm knocking down the price. Lil' bro flip me over, cut them off, dimmed his lights.
I was just like, why you say that? He was like, dude. He was like, man, you a world champion.
All this wallet on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you make it move, but you ain't move how I get it. White gold and blue diamonds set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. All this wallet on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you make it move, but you ain't move how I did it. White gold and blue diamonds set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. I'm colder than the blizzard and 3 buckets of ice new. Running through the late night, I'm up with the night critters. Kowalski and D-Boy got a legion of night spitters. Escobar the godson, I'm passion of Christ new. His ex talking money, best be talking the right figures. I came to stand on business, I ain't shooting no dice with you. Hit you with the 3D divine, get the table. I'm standing on the monument like King Mabel. Turn the bill, disconnected like cable. All my BOS and we connected to the navel. These hoes living fairy tale and telling fable. Power on this move like Chad Gable. All this wallet on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you make it move, but you ain't move how I get it. White gold and blue diamonds set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. All this wallet on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you make it move, but you ain't move how I did it. White gold and blue diamonds set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. 2023, they gon' crown me the GOAT. They lost sight up on the news that was giving them hope. Yeah, the blicky get this back and think it's a joke. And I ain't with these that be strung on the man, I curse stump a fiend for running off of the dope. Lil' better show the same respect as the Pope. Man, these niggas love jail, they like dropping the soap. Don't take a key in the noose to hang yourself by the rope. All this wallet on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you make it move, but you ain't move how I get it. White gold and blue diamonds set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it. All this wallet on my mind, you can't move how I get it. Yeah, I see you make it move, but you ain't move how I did it. White gold and blue diamonds set the mood on how I do it. With the needle to the groove, you can't do it how I do it.
Oh, yeah, you listen to 95 points of the ball. Shouts out to my man, M.I.A. and Vic. I mean, what a combination, baby. What a combination. The day is Love Yourself Thursday, so be purposeful on loving yourself today. Oh, yeah, no one can love you more than you. Without a doubt, baby, we're going to play one more song, and this song is called I Ain't Stressing Today. No, I don't want y'all to stress today, baby. Today is Love Yourself Thursday. Oh, yeah, be purposeful on loving yourself. That means stay away from those negative people. Oh, yeah, stay away from those iniquity people. Oh, yeah, without the doubt. So this song is called I Ain't Stressing Today. Oh, yeah, man. You know how we do it. We actually show love to our neighbors. We bout it. Boss with us.
Hold up. Bounce. Yo, hold up. I woke up, got out my bed, it was a sunny day. Brush my teeth, clean my skin, cause I love my face. Ain't got time for all that stressing. I'm receiving all my blessings. About to love and hug myself, cause I got time today. Whatever happened yesterday, guess what? Ain't worried about it. On my masterpiece today, you know I'm about it. I ain't stressing about no bills. I ain't got no time to chill. Put some problems in my face, I'm just gonna bounce about it. Like, why you mad at me? Because I chose to love myself, yes, I am proud of me. Not where I'm trying to go just yet, but I'm about to be. Now put your hands up in the sky and be thankful you still here and stop asking them why. Lord, I got it. You know I got it. Look, buddy, I got it. And ain't nobody on this earth gonna ever come and stop it. Cause I'm from the country south, got something to say. Spun a big boy with 3K. They let me bounce out my shoulder pop. Bounce your shoulder, feel the vibe. I ain't stressing today. Yo, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. You negative, well, I ain't got time. I ain't stressing today. Yo, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. Peace and love is on my mind. I ain't stressing today. Yeah, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. I'ma tell you one more time. I ain't stressing today. Yeah, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. Watch my whip today. I buffed it up good with the chamois. Feeling good. Think I might just pull up on my granny. We watch that Wheel of Fortune while we eat that turkey chicken. She tell me that she been thinking one day I'm gonna win a Grammy. I say now shout out to my barber, that boy on a mission. Got my line so crispy when I talk, they pay attention. And my lady is so bad, swear she was born in her bag. Had to give her extra care to go tip her beautician. Like, how you look that good? I'm about to show you off, let's cool up through my neighborhood. You said my partner tried to holler, boy, I wish he would. You know what, I ain't even much tripping. I'm confident in me, so can't nobody catch me slipping. And don't call me on FaceTime, I be barely texting. Try to love up on myself, I'ma send me a message. Nah, please don't hit my line if all you got to do is lie. It don't matter, I ain't gon' check, I'ma be busy flexing. Bounce your shoulder, feel the vibe. I ain't stressing today. Yo, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. You negative, well, I ain't got time. I ain't stressing today. Yo, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. Peace and love is on my mind. I ain't stressing today. Yeah, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. I'ma tell you one more time. I ain't stressing today. Yeah, I ain't stressing today. Bounce. Hey, hold up. Why you mad at everybody out there? Did you hug yourself today? Yo, I ain't stressing today. I ain't stressing today. Yo, you got somebody who getting on your nerves, trying to ruin your day. Here's what you tell them. Yo, I ain't stressing today. I ain't stressing today. Yo, this silence.
Trying to find